with the National Democratic Congress, which has today withdrawn its request for the Supreme Court to rule that the Electoral Commission does not have the power to compile a new voters register. This was after the court had asked the party to make a choice on which of its reliefs it wants to pursue. While the lawyer for the party, Godwin Tamaklo, had wanted to confer with the party, the panel reminded him that as a lawyer in the case, he can decide what question the court answers. He opted to withdraw the request seeking to bar the EC from compiling a new register and instead pursue the exclusion of the voter's ID card as proof of identity. Well, the court then asked the lawyers to address it orally. Joseph Akaple was in court for JoyNews.
The opposition NDC in its case in the court had made the point that the Electoral Commission does not have the power to compile a new register. They also make the point that should the court even rule that the Electoral Commission can compile a new voters register, the EC should allow persons who intend to use the existing voters ID card as proof of identification that they are citizens and they are of 18 years of age should be allowed to use those cards to get onto the electoral roll. The court first asked the lawyers for the NDC to elect one of the reliefs and pursue it instead of pursuing the combined relief of asking for a declaration that the EC cannot compile a register and also asking that it is unconstitutional to exclude the voters ID card. The NDC's lawyers, led by Godwin Tamaklo, opted to abandon the course relating to challenging the powers of the EC to compile a new register and rather to make the point that the EC should allow others who have the current voters ID card to take part in the registration exercise. The court then proceeded to hear legal arguments from the parties in the case. Deputy Attorney General Godfrey Adami told the court that the EC should be allowed to correct its own error since it has admitted that indeed it allowed persons and trained its officials not to obey CI 72. That, he said, is evidence that indeed persons who are with their cards, some of whom acquired it through ways which cannot be trusted, and that should be evidence that the court should take note of. The NDC insists that no evidence has been shown that indeed individuals who are not supposed to be on the electoral roll are on the roll, and so they cannot proceed to say that they shouldn't use the voters register. After listening to the arguments, the court adjourned proceedings to June 23 to deliver its judgment, 7 days before the EC has slated to carry out its compilation of a new voters register. Reporting for JoyNews on the Law Court Complex, my name is Joseph Akaple.
Now, as you know, the Supreme Court on June 4th gave the EC up until June 8th to justify its stance. The Commission has complied, raising 6 legal issues to attempt to get the court to agree with it.